ទេសខ្មែរមានសង្គ្រាម30ឆ្នាំហើយណាចា30ឆ្នាំហើយគាត់ណែខ្មែរក្រហមគាត់ឲ្យយើងទៅធ្វើការក្នុងព្រៃទៅដកទៅស្ទូងទៅធ្វើការរែកដីអីចឹង
While most of the countries in Asia were well on the way to economic emergence, Cambodia suffered through a decade of war and massacre. A decade of stagnation and isolation followed, on the heels of which came another decade of struggle for peace and order.
ចេញពីអពតមកចេញពីសង្គ្រាមនោះមកទីនេះអត់មានផ្ទះមានស្បែកទេចាមានតែព្រៃហើយនឹងអត់ផ្ទះទូចចាហើយដល់នេះមានភ្លើងចាខ្ញុំក៏បានស្រួលបន្តិចណាមានគេដាក់ភ្លើងឲ្យហើយដល់រួចបានធ្វើទីខ្នល់ធ្វើផ្លូវចាធ្វើផ្លូវឲ្យបានស្រួលចា
Around 1998, the country began to make up for lost time. The economy took off, teetering at 9%. The growth rate foiled pessimistic forecasts and sped up, scoring at over 10%, showing an astonishing resilience when the global crisis struck. From 2010 on, the economy again curved upwards at a strong 5 to 6% growth.
ខ្ញុំគិតថានៅតំបន់នេះប្រជាពលរដ្ឋរស់នៅច្រើនហើយជាតំបន់ដាច់ស្រយាលដល់អញ្ចឹងខ្ញុំគិតថានឹងចាប់អាជីពមួយដែលជាអាជីពជំនាញរបស់ខ្ញុំដែរគឺអាជីពសហគមន៍ព្រោះខ្ញុំគិតថាប្រជាពលរដ្ឋគាត់ត្រូវការភ្លើងដើម្បីបំភ្លឺផ្ទះនិងស្ដាប់វិទ្យុឬមើលទូរទស្សន៍កម្សាន្តផងដែរបាទ
ខ្ញុំបង្កើតមុខរបរលក់សំណង់នេះមកពីប្រជាជននៅកន្លែងនេះគាត់ទៅគេដូចថាមានសេដ្ឋកិច្ចគេរីកចម្រើនអញ្ចឹងហើយគេអាចមានលុយធ្វើផ្ទះអញ្ចឹងហើយតែកាលណាយើងនេះទៅគេត្រូវការទិញដូរអីយើងអញ្ចឹងវាអាចលក់ដាច់ចា
កាលពី12ឆ្នាំមុនទីនេះមិនសូវមានចរាចរណ៍អ៊ូអរប៉ុន្មានទេដោយសារគ្មានស្ថិរភាពនិងទំនុកចិត្តតែនរណានឹងហ៊ានវិនិយោគទំហំធំនាំចូលសម្ភារៈសំណង់គ្រឿងម៉ាស៊ីននិងទំនិញប្រើប្រាស់ទាំងនោះទៅតែសហគ្រិនក្នុងស្រុកនិងបរទេសដូចជារូបខ្ញុំនឹងមកធ្វើពាណិជ្ជកម្មយ៉ាងនេះទៅគ្មានពាណិជ្ជកម្ម គ្មានការលីកចម្រើនគ្មានការងារការដឹកជញ្ជូននិងការស្តុកទំនិញសឡាយ
Of course, there was a lot of catching up to do after so many years of privation and without investment. But for the past 12 years, the driver behind the economy originated largely from abroad.
The massive international aid of the early years was kept up and bolstered thanks to the government's very liberal opening up policy. That policy was key in helping to attract foreign investors. Without those investors, the upsurge in the textile, tourism, banking and construction sectors, accounting for over half of GDP, would not have been so fast. The tourism industry posted growth figures of 20 to 25% annually.
But without free enterprise and incentives provided to foreign investors, the country would not have benefited from networking with hotel industry leaders and from tapping the business know-how of airports and airline operators, all people who put Cambodia on the world tourism map.
With the Angkor World Heritage Site, could that not just be taken for granted?
Le site d'Angkor attire en effet énormément de visiteurs. Et cela se fait grâce tout d'abord à l'effort constant et colossal de notre gouvernement pour assurer la sécurité, la stabilité politique. Mais aussi grâce à la capacité d'apprentissage et à la compétitivité de la main-d'œuvre, à la stabilité des prix, à la liberté de transfert des capitaux.
We have no tradition or critical competitive advantage in textile. The special import regime granted by the USA and Europe provide, of course, the launching pad. But we will not have built this factory and some 300 others without being certain that after introducing freedom of trade and capital transfer, as well as a pro-enterprise legal framework, the country would not go backwards.
Aid came mainly from the West, direct investment mainly from Asia, thereby prompting a rise in the number of banks.
It's obvious we move forward so fast that plenty is still to be done. With more than 30 licensed commercial banks and a possibility for new applicants, some fears that the oversight responsibilities of the central bank might outstrip its resources. But we have tripled the minimum amount of registered capital, and so far, almost all banks will comply. Also with the IMF, we are working harder to strengthen and train our supervision staff. The core issue is not merely a problem of numbers. What is at stake is the capacity of all our banks to deliver good service across a large array of sectors and operations, of staying more or less isolated within a small niche of their own. New entrants can bring in a lot. A freeze would be less effective than better licensing and oversight. The core objective is higher professionalism and rationalism through true competition.
Reassured by the realistic setting of exchange rates, albeit in a strongly dollarized context, monetary and banking activities quickly flourished in the country. This gave the economy a boost, notably in the construction sector, where a real estate bubble started to form in 2008.
This is when Cambodia's growth model moved into a new phase. Obviously, it now has to position its dynamics on a broader activity base, make agriculture a genuine priority, move further ahead with infrastructure modernization, and get the government more involved in socio-economic policy. In Cambodia, agriculture still accounts for 2/3 of jobs and 1/3 of the GDP. But except for the occasional record harvest, this sector has been lagging in terms of growth. We've now come to realize that agriculture is going to be crucial for balanced and sustainable prosperity of the country.
Promotion of family-scale farming, notably rice growing, requires irrigation, seed selection, and crop diversification. It also requires better access to credit, to markets, and of course to land ownership, which has a well-known positive effect on productivity.
Small agriculture and big agriculture are not at all antinomic. The small-scale farmer in Cambodia needs good processing facilities on the export end as well as for the domestic market. Large-scale plantation and the concession of fully owned also have their place, provided that they exploit new or poorly developed land. Naturally, Cambodia will focus on its most promising and lucrative assets.
But let's face it, there is not an excessively broad range of other developable sectors. The market is still narrow and totally subordinate to international trade.
Aside from the already developed opportunities, cement factories, building materials, footwear, breweries, for instance, we have a genuine potential, a big one, in agribusiness for export or remedying import that might seem irrational. Profitable niche markets are also found in art, handicraft, and fashion, pharmaceuticals, and some assembling activities. But Cambodia's central location in Southeast Asia remains the foremost factor of industrialization. It will enable the country to develop its transport and logistic activities to be part of the regional production chain, thus to benefit from industrial delocalization in special economic zone and along the major highway and railroads that are taking shape.
Of course, the most reliable opportunities remain the trade and service activities associated with today's engines of the economy and the revenues they generate. Already brought down to 27%, the initial poverty level is anticipated to be halved by 2015. Per capita income in Cambodia is $800 a year. Much more if full stock was to be taken of the informal economy and purchasing power parities. In the countryside, demand is still focused on getting motorbikes, cell phones, building permanent homes, and acquiring basic domestic amenities. In urban areas, as in other parts of Asia, there has been an upsurge of new consumer behaviours. The automobile, advertising, mass distribution, international brands. The core pillars of textiles, tourism, infrastructure and the banking system must continue to develop.
Yeah, we are considered one of the better factories in Cambodia. We upgrade our machineries, we offer skill training for our workers, and then we pay fair wages, and we adopt all the social compliances like basic wages, good working condition, and on that basis, we are able to get good results from our business. Well, we are a factory that aim towards growing higher standard, better, higher value added, more fashionable items to compete with the other countries like Bangladesh and Sri Lanka that's doing low-end and basement items. The workers in Cambodia have gained skill after the last 16 years, so they are able to do better, higher value added items and more fashionable items, because this is the only way to go forward to compete with the other countries.
Ca អភិវឌ្ឍទេសចរវប្បធម៌នៅតំបន់អង្គរនិងការអភិវឌ្ឍទេសចរឆ្នេរសមុទ្រនៅផ្នែកខាងត្បូងនៃប្រទេសកម្ពុជានិងនៅលើកោះត្រូវធ្វើជាមួយការអភិវឌ្ឍអេកូទេសចរនៅតំបន់ឆ្ងាយៗមួយចំនួន
Waterways and boats were crucial to getting around in the Cambodia of old. Today, roads and bridges are the priority. Much time has been spent on rehabilitation and reconstruction. Cambodia has abruptly shifted into high gear. Numerous projects are underway to better link the country from east to west, establish major development corridors between countries of the region, and open up rural areas to the outside world.
Electrification has not been a strong point in Cambodian development model, exclusively based on diesel generation, often obsolete and insufficient, with the highest electricity cost in the region. But that's becoming history thanks to international cooperation and public-private partnership. High voltage lines are bringing in crucial energy imports from Vietnam and Thailand and are the promise of national and regional interconnection for the near future. Starting in 2012, new hydroelectric dams and modern thermal power plants coming on stream, the electric power capacity will exceed 800 megawatts. Still small yet, but nevertheless nearly a fourfold jump. For rural electrification that has been really dragging its feet, the policy is to focus on local production and distribution concessions made to small and medium private enterprise.
Such achievements will require more adequate financing at the national level. But is Cambodia's banking system now up to that challenge?
There's obvious the growth